Sláinte whisky fans, how's it going? Wanted to give you a quick update on the Whisky Club. I haven't shot a video now in a few weeks and there's lots going on that I wanted to update you on. So where do we start? I feel like we should start with, well, we'll start with the bottle I have here. I've got a bottle of W.D. O'Connell 19-year-old single malt. The reason I have that is because our next quarterly tasting, of course, is with Daithí O'Connell's whisky merchant company, W.D. O'Connell. So the details of that will go live within the next few days. So that's on February 23rd at 7 o'clock, and we'll be opening up the option to buy your tasting kit of 3 individual whiskies in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. We'll be sending out an email in respect to that and posting across our social media. I happen to be wearing a Bushmills jacket as well because, of course, our last Meet the Maker event was in Bushmills, where for 4.5 hours we streamed live from the old Bushmills distillery. Had a great time up there, really great behind the scenes access that I really enjoyed. I know so many of you enjoyed as well. Our next upcoming Meet the Maker event will happen at the end of February. I will share the details of that within the next week, but I will hint at saying it's all about building a distillery. In fact, we are going to go to Galway to meet, look, I'm giving you all the information. We're going to meet the owners and builders of the Ahascraw distillery, a new distillery being built, a converted old converted mill is being converted into a distillery. An old mill is being converted, and we're going to allow our guests to share their story as to how they came about with the idea to get into the world of distilling, give up their jobs, and the hard work it's taken for them to start a distillery. I'm really excited. It's a different Meet the Maker event, but they're making a distillery, so we're going to share that in the next week or so. Our club bottling, labelled The Crack with 2 Stacks Irish Whiskey, is in progress. In fact, in the next 10 days I will be going to 2 Stacks' new facility in Newry in County Down to bottle the whiskey with them. So I'll be driving from Cork to Newry, we'll be bottling the whiskey, we'll video it, we'll share the details, we might even live stream from the bottling so you can see it happening. All will be hand bottled up there. So really excited to get that underway. The first bottle is taking longer than we thought, and I think the first of everything with the club is taking longer than we thought. The same with the casks. A lot of it is to do, there's 2 reasons why that is. One is logistical issues in terms of availability of packaging, bottles, labels, etc. Shipping, to go with that, to go with the logistics side of things. Shipping is going to take a long time. And then the second thing is the legal side of things, making sure we have all of our legal ducks in a row to ensure that we can comply in all of the jurisdictions we're operating. And the United States system is so complex, it's taking us a lot longer to get everything in place to do it the right way, so that we're not skirting any laws, and we're sure that we're compliant in every state that we're operating in. So that's why things are taking a little bit longer. But the first bottling, we're almost there with the bottling. Really excited to see it. The label looks amazing. We're already moving on to our second bottling. Behind the scenes, I'm talking to Nick Ryan from Thomond Gate Whisky about our second bottling. We'll be sharing more details of that as we advance those conversations in the next few weeks. So I think just laying the groundwork is the hardest bit. Then we're going to start seeing things roll out faster to the point where we might get to 2, 3, 4 bottlings a year. We'll get to 2, 3 cask programs a year. We'll have a lot more going on once the groundwork is built. So we're really in the early stages of the club. So I really thank you for bearing with me while we're getting through those early stages. They are the hardest, but I think they're the ones that'll pay off the most for us. What else do we need to talk about? Some more behind the scenes videos. I think you enjoyed some of the behind the scenes videos that were exclusive to us at Bushmills. We're going to have more coming up from that part of the world in the next few weeks. I'm hoping to make a visit to Hinch Distillery and to Redemin Estate Distillery, both right next door to each other, within minutes drive of one another. We'll be going there on our trip up to Newry to bottle our whiskey. So there'll be a lot happening in the behind the scenes side of things as well. At the moment, today, I just wrapped up an amazing 3-day session of podcast recording. Now, podcasts are something I haven't done in quite a while, but just before St. Patrick's Day, so within the next 4 to 5 weeks, I'm going to be releasing an exclusive club members podcast, 7 episodes of absolute gold. I just finished recording them with Fionnán O'Connor, Irish whiskey historian, author of the most famous book on pot still whiskey in Ireland, A Glass Apart. Fionnán has spent the last 3 days with me in Cork, and we have cranked out probably 5 to 6 hours of incredibly depthful content. I'm not going to go into detail about what it is yet because I want to surprise you, but suffice to say, I've never before had so much amazing content in one place that I'm really excited to share with you. That's going to be for club members only, and that'll drop just before St. Patrick's Day. It'll be subscription, for those of you who have a subscription. It won't be available to the general public free of charge. We may have a subscription option for those of you who aren't members just for that podcast, but it is a really exciting piece of content that I'm really excited to share with you. What else is going on in the club? I hope within the next week we can share more details on our first cask programme with Brian Nation. We're waiting on a date for filling the cask. Again, logistical issues. O'Shaughnessy Distilling, this is their first cask programme. Stories and Sips Whisky Club, it's our first cask programme. Cask programmes come with unbelievably complex legal requirements, and we're operating in multiple states across the United States. So we're ticking the boxes and checking the boxes on that. Should have something to share with you for, I think, a cask filling early in March. We'll then be able to move pretty quickly into our second cask filling, our second cask opportunity in June or July. It's already, in fact, we've already laid it down. It's already in place, 2 casks, in fact, so there'll be plenty for everybody. And so we're making a lot of progress behind the scenes on all of these aspects. It's just we can't declare everything at once, and it might seem like there is a little bit of delay in getting things out there, but we're working on it. We will, over the next few months, be announcing more quarterly tasting programs. Of course, we've got Daithí O'Connell's WD O'Connell whisky tasting on February 23rd. We will, over the course of the year, be doing events that include whiskies that have never been available in the United States. For example, from Blackwater Distillery in Waterford. Very interesting distillery doing wild things, not in any way playing by how things have always been done. They're going to do something with us later in the year. You're going to get access to some very interesting whiskies from Grace O'Malley, Boan Distillery, and we'll have some experiences and events that'll go along with those. So as we release whiskies, either our own bottlings, cask programs, or quarterly tastings, there will be video content, experiential opportunities in terms of events, virtual, or if you're in the area, in person as well, to go with them. So we're working on a lot behind the scenes, and so sorry for the delay and not sharing more updates with you. We'll try and get more regular on this. Sometimes nothing happens for 2 weeks, and then sometimes everything happens in the space of 2 days, and I struggle to get everything out on time. So I'll be better at sharing more details on our Whisky Club. I think that's the update. Lots of exciting things coming. Thank you all for your membership. I sincerely hope we're earning it, and if we're not, please tell us what else we can do. I'm determined to make this the best, most fun, most engaging, most experiential, community-driven whisky club that exists out there. I think we're off to a great start personally, but I'm only one person. I'm only one member of the club myself. So let me know if there's more that you need, want, or expect, and I'll do my best to deliver it. So until we chat again, Sláinte, and I hope to see you at our whisky tasting on February 23rd. Whether you have the WD O'Connell kits or not, please join us. They will be available in the next few days. Stay tuned to your email and social media, and we'll announce them. Sláinte.